always great to have her come out and do workshops. It's always great to have a husband who will support you. That's expert in many areas. She is a talented author. She has a new book out, just came out this year. And is it Circumstances? Revelations. Circumstances was the first. Okay, so she has Circumstances and Revelations. And wow, I read some of the Circumstances. Oof, you know, it's moving. It will move you. So I encourage you to, if you're interested in publishing your own book, perhaps at the end of the workshop, you can ask her some questions about that. She's also a guru when it comes to the internet and software and different websites. She does that Foursquare where you tell people where you are, and she's up on it. She's really up on all of that. She's also great with marketing, so if you need experience in that area. She is a very successful Toastmaster these days, and she's winning lots of awards on that. So she's an awesome person, very talented person, very down to earth, easy to talk to. So I encourage you to get all the information that you can and ask questions and build a relationship, because she's a great person to know. So with that, Yolanda Johnson-Bryant.
Thank you for the Nussbaum Center. And just a shameless plug, the Speakerpreneur Toastmasters do meet here every second and fourth Thursday from 12 to 1:15, and we'd love to have you. You can come visit as often as you like. With that, I'll go ahead and get started. How many of you are involved in social media?
Sort of.
How far into social media are you?
Facebook. I've been on Facebook since 2009.
Okay.
In 2009.
Okay.
I'm on LinkedIn, not as well as I'd like to be. I don't have my profile and all set up as much as I'd like it to be.
Okay.
And I go to PFC Jobs Group at First Presbyterian Church on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they are promoting everyone to get on there to help with their job search.
Okay. Okay. And how far are you into it?
Just starting to get into it and understand it on Facebook, LinkedIn. Have clients who, of course, graphic design and doing print websites and just marketing and how to market them better through social media. So that's
Okay.
what I'm into.
How many of you are further in social media, farther than Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn? Okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go beyond the big three. I call them the big three because they are the biggest three right now. There's one that's coming up that's the fastest growing in social media history that I'm going to spend a lot of time on. But I will give you a few updates on what I call the big three. Mrs. Merchant knows you can find me anywhere on the internet, on social media. I am a social media geek. I'm a geek. Media is expanding. I'm not sure how many of you feel about the computer, period, being that some of you said that you're Facebook, maybe Twitter, maybe LinkedIn. I just want to tell you all, catch up. Because this is the wave of the future. I'll give you a little story real quickly. My godmother in San Diego told me when I went to school for IT, she said, I don't need to know how to use computers. She said, back in the day, we wrote everything down. We used everything. We wrote, added numbers up on a piece of paper. And I'm like, Mom, you need to learn how to use a computer because that's where everybody's going automated and technology is rising. She fought me and fought me and fought me until she worked at a company in San Diego and they laid everybody off. She's been at this job for 20 years. She has no other skills, including computer skills. So she found herself back in school, against her will, trying to learn how to use computers. And she called one day and she said, guess what, daughter? I said, what? She said, I bought me a computer. I nearly hit the floor. As of the time I made this presentation, which was last week, there were over 200 active social media sites. 200. Media has overtaken pornography as the #1 activity on the web. Yep. I had no idea. That's good. That's right. But the surprising thing is I had no idea that pornography was that big on the internet. But it's been dropped down. Now, 1 out of 8 couples who married met via social media. Prime example here. Met my husband on a social media network, and we've been married for 4 years. And over 40 million users access social media via mobile devices. Kathy mentioned when she received my introduction that I use Foursquare. I use it religiously.
What is it?
I'll get to that in a minute, but it's on my phone. I use Facebook on my phone. I use LinkedIn on my phone. I use Twitter on my phone. I use other ones I won't even mention because I'm not going to speak about them, but I have so much things that I use on my phone, and they're marketing towards cell phones. If every now and then if you get a text from someone, you're like, why did I get this text? You probably went to a dry cleaner's and someone sent you a text saying 25% off. Well, how did they get that? Remember, when you go into a store and they ask you when you check out, can I get your email and phone number?
Mm-hmm.
And when people give out their phone number, most of the time they don't give out their home number, they give out their cell phone number. What is social media used for? Now, of course, some people use social media for the wrong thing, you know. That's going to always happen. But social media has some great uses. Information. And I'll say this as an author and a person that helps people publish their writing. I do get a little bit frustrated when people come to me and say, well, how do you do this and how do you do that? I don't mind helping you, but I ask them, well, how much research have you done? None. Do some research, because 9 times out of 10, depending on your question and the depth of your question, you're going to end up paying me. But on the internet, you can get that information for free. Do your research first, and then go to a consultant or someone and ask them a question that you couldn't find online. Although you can find almost everything you need, but because of the updates and everything, you might need someone to help you with what's new in the industry. So do your research, go on and find information on the internet. Google is your friend. About Pinterest, because this is the fastest growing social media platform in history. It's only it's not even a couple years old. And right now it has over, I believe it's 10 million users. 10.4 million registered users as of November 2011. They're currently the fastest growing social media site. At 60.82% of users are women for right now, because initially people thought Pinterest was this cute little site where you see furniture that you like and you post it and say that's what I would like, or a cute dress, whatever. But that's not what it's all about. You can post photos, you can post text, and the good thing about Pinterest is that you can put the website information in the little description, and it gives you a pretty lengthy space to put a lot of information. So if you want to be pretty descriptive in a picture or a video that you put, like one I did yesterday says, has a video of me introducing this particular workshop, and I put at the Nussbaum Center, I gave the link, I gave the address and everything, so it allows you to put all that information in there. People are going to go, like I said before, and look at the picture, pretty picture, but the information is right there, so they'll have it. So they're not looking for the information. Whole Foods and Nordstrom's are among the top business brands on Pinterest. They don't just post their pretty pictures of the stuff they offer, they post coupons. We're having a 20% off sale, enter this code, or things like that. And it works well for them. And it's the highest traffic referral percentage, has the highest traffic referral percentage than Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn combined.
How do you get there?
Pinterest.com.
Okay.
And you have 3 choices when you go there. You can either sign up with your Facebook page, which is fairly easy, unless you forget your Facebook password. Or you can sign up with Twitter, unless you forget your Twitter password. Or you can use your email address and your own password. So there's 3 ways that you can sign up. And it's fairly easy. Okay, as I said, it's much more than pretty pictures. It's advertising and marketing. You can advertise your events, your products, your branding, and your services. I always tell people, Google is your friend. You can find almost anything you want to. Google is being greedy, kind of like Amazon. I love Amazon, I love Google, but Google's starting to get greedy. I have a BlackBerry. My husband decided to surprise me with a tablet that I've been wanting for a long time. It's an Android tablet. Well, Android and BlackBerry don't interchange. But there is an Android market out there. Well, recently, Google has acquired the Android market. So in order to get most most Android products and most Android apps, you have to go through Google. It's now called Google Play. It was called Google Market. It's now called Google Play. The problem is, Google Play is so new, it's not compatible with most things. So they're still working out the bugs. You may not know that Google owns YouTube. They own YouTube, they have Google Docs, they have Google Earth. Everyone heard of Google Hangouts? Google Hangouts is an awesome thing. Many of you, how many of you know what Skype is? Okay, Skype, you can talk to someone on the phone, but via your computer. But you can only do one person at a time. And on Skype, you can share documents or share your desk space with the person you're viewing with, but many of you know if you've tried it, it is a memory hog. It will shut your computer down real quick if you don't have that much memory. Exactly.
It's not that secure either.
It's not. Google Plus, on the other hand, you can have up to 10 people at one time in a chat, video chat. You can chat on the chat while you're talking. You can, on the side, you can share documents which are integrated with Google Documents. So if you have a spreadsheet that you want to talk to 10 of your business partners about, you just switch it over to your Google Docs, and they can all open it at the same time. And while they're working on, they can all work on the same document at the same time, and you can see people typing in the same document that you are. One of the other cool features I like about it, if I'm on a conference call with 10 of my people, business partners, and we're looking at each other, I can switch over and we can all watch a movie on YouTube together in the same screen. Now get this, okay, Mark Zuckerberg, he's the founder of Facebook, for those who don't know, has more followers than Larry Page. Larry Page is the owner of Google. How does a Facebook guy have more fans than your whole platform? Hey, I don't know. And Larry's not complaining because Mark is getting fans over to Google, so, you know. Surprising factor is, unlike Pinterest, where the majority of the users are female for now, 80% of the users are male. I found that kind of odd.
Yeah, a lot of them.
I could try Google Hangouts. If you have more than, try it today. If you have more than one computer in your house, I'll be sitting in with Greg, and Greg is in his man cave, and I'm in my office, and I'm like, hey, what do you want for dinner? And he's like looking at me like, you know, so it's really cool to try out. I mean, that's kind of a little overboard, but try it because it might be a solution, especially if you're a business owner, it might be a solution. With gas, $3.85 a gallon, I do not want to get up and drive all the way out to Winston-Salem for something that might not be effective. Or, right, it might not turn out to be a lead or just somebody wanting to pick your brain. Get on Google Plus. Terry is one of our officers for Speakerpreneur Toastmasters, but she's a new officer, so she hasn't done one of our Google Hangouts. But what we do is we have our officer meetings via Google Hangout. So instead of having to I don't have to get dressed. I can just put on a nice top and just comb my hair, look, or put my business hair on or whatever, and just sit in front of the computer, you know. So I don't have to worry about getting dressed and going to get gas and driving 35 minutes to Winston-Salem to, do whatever. And it's just a lifesaver. A lot of people don't realize this. Like I said before, YouTube is a Google product. It's the second largest search engine in the world. And when people think about search engines, you think about what? Google, Bing, Yahoo. So how can YouTube be the second largest search engine? Remember what I said before, you can find out anything you want to do on YouTube. And using YouTube, you can use YouTube for education, entertainment, how-to, advertising, branding, products, and services. Now, we also all know how we can use it for education. You go on there and you learn how to use Photoshop and how to do this and that. Entertainment, movies, music, or whatever. How-tos go back to education. Advertising. How do you advertise on YouTube with a video?
Or you put your website up?
Well, you do that too, but I'll give you an example. My husband and I were just in St. Louis, Missouri, and we went to where the arches were. And when we got there, I'm thinking, this is a good place to advertise. I own one of my businesses, Literary Wonders, and we're in the middle of our spring literary showcase. And I had to make the call for people to submit their information in and announce it and advertise it. So I went and did a video by the Arch talking about the video. I gave the website information in the video. And of course, I'm a little editor. I have this editing software where when you comes on, it has all this great music and the words will start typing themselves and whatever. And you put the information that way and you compile an entire video, flatten it, and put it on YouTube. Your name, whatever it is that you do, or whatever business that you're trying to get out there, or whatever project or nonprofit that you're trying to get out there, it can be done by doing a video via YouTube. And it's not that hard. I went on my YouTube channel, which is keyword, that literary lady. You'll see a little thing I did the other night because, I don't know, I was just feeling a little crazy. And
I heard about it yesterday. I hadn't seen it yet.
I did my version of American Idol audition.
Oh.
And so I did it with just in my bathroom on my cell phone, and I posted it. I'm like, have you ever gotten to that, had a moment where you're so sick of taking care of your kids, taking care of your clients, taking care of your husband, your house, that you just want to go crazy? And I had one of those moments. So I put it on YouTube, and I got a lot of response back from it, and most of it positive. And you want that to happen, because those are the kind of things that stick in people's minds when they think of you. They may not remember your name, they're going to remember your face, things that you did, your associate you with certain things. So branding is very square. Someone asked me what that was before.
My daughter has it, and she's posting everywhere she goes, but I was trying to, I'm not a part of that.
Well, in case you didn't know, Terry, Speakerpreneur has a business on Foursquare.
Okay.
So whenever we come here, if you see us on our phones, we're checking in. Foursquare is it's a social media platform, but it's mostly mobile. It's mostly used on cell phones and tablets, things that people, or laptops that people take with them. And what it is, it's a service that, for example, I'm here at the Nurse Mom Center today. So when I got here, I logged into Foursquare and I said, hey, I'm here at the Nurse Mom Center giving a speech. There's still seats available. You can come out, and I posted the address. Well, people who are on my friends list, or people who tweet that to other people, will see where I'm at. If they're in Greensboro and decide, okay, I have nothing to do this morning, I want to go out to this workshop, let me head out, they're going to see that. Now, how this works for businesses is, let's say I love Kirkland's. Anybody know what Kirkland's is?
Mm-hmm.
I love Kirkland's. So if I go to Kirkland's and I check in at Kirkland's, two things can happen. One, when I check in and post my check-in, I can say, whoa, I'm at Kirkland's. I can take a picture of a pillow. I just bought some pillow, and say, these pillows are on sale for $12. And I can send it with my check-in. So when people on my list or people who tweeted out will see, these nice pillows are on sale at Kirkland's, $12.99 up until 5 o'clock. People who are out shopping are going to head over to Kirkland's. Or when I check in, Kirkland's will have their own coupon attached to my check-in saying, oh, good, you checked in at Kirkland's today. We have a special for you. Eat it, what is it, Moe's Grill?
Mm-hmm.
Moe's Grill. If you check in twice at Moe's Grill, and there's a coupon there when you check in, and they know how many times you checked in, you get free chips and salsa. Your question, let's say she wants to go where her daughter is. Her daughter is at IHOP, but she doesn't know which IHOP she is, and her daughter can't remember which one she's at for whatever reason. She can go on her Foursquare page and say, okay, because it has a map. It'll take her directly to where her daughter is. Now, that could be unsafe sometimes, but it's great advertising because she can send that to, if they're going to have a family breakfast at IHOP, she can send that to everybody and say, hey, this is the IHOP that we're meeting up at. And in the bottom, like where they're passing the phone around, where it says save, IHOP may be having $5.99 all-you-can-eat pancakes. Now, sometimes you wouldn't know that if you go on to IHOP. They may not tell you, depending on if the waiters have a bad day or what, they might not tell you. But because you have that on your phone, you can say, when you go to checkout, hey, we had all-you-can-eat pancakes, and they were only $5.99. I only paid $5.99, and you show that. We got popular during the fall of the economy. They had to think of creative ways to make money because they were losing business.
Right.
Because people couldn't afford to go out and shop. But now with this social media, they can offer deals. Most can offer